Hello everyone and welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. So hi guys, how you doing? Today I want to quickly show you my new mob farm design. It's super simple conceptually, but I think it has enough nice features that it's worth demonstrating right here. So it's just a platform, it's water based, and I just have this straight large platform here. This is 15 by 64 in total, but of course it's expandable and you can do it in any size. And then I'm just using dispensers here with water. So let me turn it on so you guys can have an idea of how many mobs we get in here. It's based on those designs where we stack the diamond shapes with a single dispenser in the middle. And then they have multiple platforms. So I just don't want to do the same thing basically, but using a single platform. The first good thing about it is, well, I think it's better because the mobs take less time to fall. You can get all kinds of mobs still. There's a witch there. Let's take the opportunity to show how the witch dies. So I'm not sure if I was quick enough to catch this. But basically the witch, it has the perfect height so that when the witch falls, it still has one heart to go. So it's down to half a heart, as you can see back there as well. And then when the magma blocks get ticked by the game or somehow, then the witches die. More witches in here. It's not very common. I'm not sure why I'm being so lucky and having so many witches here. It also spawns bats everywhere, and that's because of the height of the farm. The base platform for the farm, as you can see, is at Y0, and they even managed to do a really nice collection system here that can actually lift items from Y equals 0. So this is also super cool to do. I think the reason why a lot of people don't use this model here, which looks super cool, is because when you need to retract the water, all the dispensers have to be powered at the same time. But I don't have to do that when you are powering the dispensers for the first time when they're trying to dispense water. So what I do here is I just use a piston with a slime thingy here, slime extension here, and then it doesn't matter when the pistons, in what order the pistons are powered, because the system is still able to flush the mobs down. But as you can see here, if you look at the pistons, when I unpower them, they will of course all retract at the same time. Yeah, so this is necessary because otherwise it will create water sources here, because you have the sources side by side. So I guess you guys know what I mean. when you're trying to create a water source. So this basically solves the problem. So up here, it's pretty cool as well. When you try to turn off the farm, it will basically lock the farm when the water is flooding the floor here. So you don't have any light updates. It's pretty simple to turn off the farm if you need to control something else. There is a comparator pulse extender here responsible for flushing the mobs, and there is another little clock here responsible for deciding how frequently we want the water to be turned on and pulse like that. So about the collection system, yeah, because they get flushed to both sides, I used the magma blocks here. I already explained that. In this specific case, I think we are at a slime chunk. Let me just confirm this. Yeah, sometimes slimes will spawn here. I think they spawn in here, and this is why I also have glowstone here, just to have this all the time illuminated, so we don't get other kinds of mobs here. Down here, of course, you don't need all of those redstone blocks. You could use levers here. Just those are solid blocks, so you can place levers here, and it will power the golden rails here. You also don't need all golden rails here. I just do that because I want, because it's also easier to do when you're editing the map. The collection system is quite interesting. Maybe I should break a few blocks here just to be a little bit more clear. The item elevator is quite interesting as well. So the other side is absolutely the same. So when a minecart comes back in here, oh, and there's this little problem here. Sometimes you can get bats in here. I don't know if they collide with the carts. We will be able to see this in a little bit, I guess, because I definitely don't want those guys breaking the minecarts. And it's going to take some time before they collide. But when the minecarts crosses this detector rail here, if it's loaded with something, I have a pulse extender here. I wanna keep an eye on the minecart, and then the pulse extender will, let's see if there is a collision. Well, apparently bats don't interfere with anything. I think they have a hitbox. I don't know. All right, so let me get back to the explanation. And basically this little timer here will just make sure that the cart will always stop in here. And because there are other hoppers here, the items will end up here. But basically, since we are at Y level 0, we are not able to have a comparator here. We can't even place blocks here. If I try to place blocks, I can't. So it would also send the first pulse to this guy right here, and as long as we still have items down here, they will keep activating this comparator here, so a fast clock will operate here, and basically the items will get lifted. To get rid of excessive items, it's also easy. Just use a cactus here. So basically, if the storage is not completely full, the items will get inside the hoppers. Otherwise, they won't be able to do so, and they will go directly into the cactus. So it's a very simple kind of disposal system that doesn't require extra comparators or extra droppers just to take care of excessive items. Yeah, I guess it works. But I just had the lag spike here. I'm not sure why. I have been playing with this farm all day long and nothing like that happened, but I don't know exactly. Yeah, this is interesting as well, slightly interesting, I would say. So this guy here, you can see that I have, I need those 2 droppers so that I can get a comparator back there. But I have to power those guys using an observer block facing downwards here. If I try to do something like, say, this, like having the first dropper here, then this dropper, which by the way was my first attempt at this design, and then power this guy from down below, what happens is the items that are in here, let's try this. Please don't fail now that I'm trying to demonstrate this to people. So you see, the item doesn't stop in here, so we are never able to read this, and this is what keeps the clock running. So then the solution was really interesting. I just had to move this in here and then update it with something. So I used a dropper. Just building this now because this might be interesting for some of you guys. And then you just lock it like so. So as soon as this guy gets in here for the first time, you're able to operate this guy. So yeah, it's dropping the items, as you guys can see. So if you place anything around this block in here, it will act as an item elevator as well. But it's quite interesting if you're trying to do something at the very bottom of your map. Just a few extra details. So when you turn off your farm, sometimes you can have this situation where a few mobs get stuck in here. Don't worry about that. As soon as you don't reach the mob cap, and I doubt you will, I doubt you will have 80 mobs in total here, 70 mobs or something. And when you turn on the farm again, the spiders will probably start pushing those guys 1 block to the side, which is enough for them to drop. Here, so I can fill the ceiling with trapdoors in here, so let's turn this off now, and this will basically act as a filter here and won't allow mobs like skeletons, witches, or even zombies to spawn. So we will get only, oh, you can see the slimes there. You see, it only will spawn those small slimes there. That was a nice catch. So it will spawn creepers, bats apparently because this is completely dark. I'm just using night vision here, that's why you guys don't have the feeling that this is super dark. And spiders, of course. You can even do this to only half of the farm, so that you will get, for example, say spiders and creepers on one side and all the other kinds of mobs on the other side. Don't ask me why you will do that, this is just something that you can do. So yeah, that's it, guys. Also, I'm using those terracotta blocks here. You can use any block. I'm just covered everything using terracotta blocks because of the slime blocks in here. Down here you can see how the system works. We have the observer blocks for every 3 blocks here, and they power 3 dispensers at the same time every time. Updated using redstone dust. Maybe there's a way of using something else, but this was the most reliable option. And also I'm covering this because with all this water, it's basically a 15 by 64 giant platform of particles being rendered here because they drip, as you can see. I'm not sure how much those interfere with the performance, but yeah, you don't want that many blocks causing particles to generate, so this is why I covered it in the floor. Okay, so I hope I'm not forgetting to mention anything. So yeah, you can get all those kinds of mobs. You can even see that we have some raw chicken here. All the drops from the witches. Yeah, you can filter. It's super easy to build. I'm going to this is under testing. This is also a good excuse to be lazy here and not do a tutorial for you guys, but this is so simple to build that I believe that you guys can do fine if I just leave you a map download, right? Let me know in the comments if I am wrong. Oh, this is interesting as well. So yeah, this guy spawns sometime. I even took some pictures and I posted those on Twitter. By the way, you should follow me on Twitter. I'm always posting something interesting. I'm the most interesting person on Twitter. You should follow me there. But yeah, sometimes you can get skeletons here. Never saw a zombie or anything else. It's just skeletons sometime appear here. I'm not sure why. Maybe one of you guys will have an answer for me. Oh man, my software stopped recording because my hard drive is completely full once again. I'm having too much of this problem, so I'm going to take care of this. If you have any questions, I will be very happy to answer all of them in the comment section. If you have any ideas, you can download the map and everything. So yeah, if you also like my channel, I have a survival series, so maybe subscribe and you can check this out in the future. So other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.